We use the word accident too easily. A fender bender in a parking lot, spilled coffee on a new shirt. But some acts are not accidents. They are choices, masked by poor judgment, clouded by substances that steal reason. Drunk driving is such a choice. And its consequences reverberate outward, touching lives with the force of an explosion. Families shattered, futures erased, all because of a decision to get behind the wheel, impaired and indifferent to the potential for devastation. December 24th, 2023. It was a night that began like any other Christmas Eve in the small town of Evergreen. The streets were lined with twinkling lights, and the air was filled with the scent of pine and the distant sound of carols. Families gathered in their homes, sharing laughter and stories, while children eagerly awaited the arrival of Santa Claus. The air, crisp with winter, carried the scent of pine and the sound of carols. The town was a picturesque scene straight out of a holiday postcard. Snow blanketed the ground and every house was adorned with festive decorations. The spirit of Christmas was palpable, and joy seemed to be in abundance. In a small town nestled amidst rolling hills, the Miller family was returning home from a Christmas Eve service. They had spent the evening singing hymns and sharing warm wishes with their neighbors. The church, with its stained glass windows and flickering candles, had been a place of peace and reflection. Their car, adorned with a miniature Santa on the dashboard, was filled with the warm glow of holiday lights. The children, still buzzing with excitement, chattered about the gifts they hoped to find under the tree the next morning. The parents exchanged smiles, their hearts full of love and contentment. A few miles behind them, John Baker, leaving a bar after one too many drinks, struggled to focus on the road. He had spent the evening drowning his sorrows, unaware of the danger he posed to others. His vision blurred, and his thoughts were muddled, but he was determined to make it home. His car, a blur of metal and speed, slammed into the Miller's vehicle. The impact was sudden and violent, shattering the peaceful night. The sound of crunching metal and breaking glass echoed through the stillness, and in an instant, the joy of the season was replaced with horror and despair. The Christmas lights, moments ago symbols of joy, became beacons of tragedy. Emergency responders arrived quickly, their flashing lights casting an eerie glow on the scene. The once festive decorations now lay scattered and broken, a stark reminder of the fragility of life. The town of Evergreen would never forget the night joy died. 8-year-old Emily Miller loved to dance. She would spend hours in the park, her laughter echoing as she twirled and leaped with the boundless energy only a child possesses. Her movements were a blend of innocence and raw talent, captivating anyone who happened to pass by. She dreamed of being a ballerina, twirling across stages in a symphony of grace. Her room was adorned with posters of famous dancers, and she would often mimic their moves, her eyes sparkling with hope and determination. Every pirouette, every leap, was a step closer to her dream. But one fateful evening, a tragic car accident shattered those dreams. The crash stole her dreams, leaving her paralyzed from the waist down. The vibrant world she once danced through was replaced by hospital rooms and rehabilitation centers. The sound of applause was replaced by the hum of medical machines. Her parents, once vibrant and full of life, now navigate a world shrouded in grief and the overwhelming demands of Emily's care. They had always been her biggest supporters, cheering her on from the sidelines. Now, they found themselves in a relentless cycle of hospital visits, therapy sessions, and sleepless nights. Their home, once filled with laughter, echoes with the beeping of medical equipment and the unspoken weight of their loss. The walls that once reverberated with Emily's giggles now stood silent, bearing witness to the family's unspoken sorrow. Every corner of the house held memories of a happier time, now overshadowed by the present reality. The physical injuries are evident, but it is the invisible wounds, the emotional scars that run deepest, a constant reminder of the life they once knew. Emily's spirit, though resilient, often wavers under the weight of her new reality. Her parents, too, carry the burden of their grief, their hearts heavy with the dreams that will never come to pass. The journey ahead is uncertain, but they hold on to the hope that one day they will find a new rhythm, a new way to dance through life. John Baker faced a courtroom filled with the silent fury of the Millers' loved ones. He was sentenced to prison, the legal system grinding its gears attempting to quantify the immeasurable. But for Sarah Miller, Emily's mother, justice felt like a hollow word. No sentence could return Emily's ability to walk, to dance. No amount of time could erase the image of the mangled car, the smell of smoke and fear. "It's not about revenge," she said, her voice trembling. "It's about accountability, about making sure no other family has to endure this living hell." The impact of drunk driving extends far beyond the immediate victims. It ripples outward, leaving a community reeling in shock and disbelief. The Millers were not just a family, they were the heart of their neighborhood. Their home, always open, was a gathering place for barbecues, birthday parties, and impromptu game nights. Now, a hush hangs over their street. The swing set stands empty, a silent reminder of the laughter that once filled the air. Neighbors, once quick with a wave and a smile, now avert their eyes, unsure how to navigate the shared grief and the unspoken blame. The tragedy became a catalyst for division within the small town. Fingers were pointed, whispers filled coffee shops and grocery store aisles. Some blamed John Baker, his name becoming synonymous with recklessness and disregard. Others questioned the bar owner, accusing him of over-serving a patron who was clearly intoxicated. The community, once a tapestry woven with threads of shared experiences and values, now felt frayed, the edges unraveling under the weight of blame and anger. Beyond the emotional devastation, the financial burden of drunk driving accidents is staggering. Medical bills, rehabilitation costs, lost wages, and funeral expenses create a crushing weight for families already grappling with unimaginable loss. The Millers, facing a lifetime of specialized care for Emily, are forced to confront their own financial vulnerability. Their savings, intended for Emily's education and their retirement, are now being poured into a bottomless pit of medical needs. The true cost of John Baker's decision, measured in dollars and cents, is a stark reminder of the far-reaching consequences of drunk driving. We cannot erase the tragedies of the past, but we can learn from them. Preventing drunk driving is not the sole responsibility of law enforcement. It requires a collective effort, a commitment from individuals, communities, and businesses to prioritize safety over convenience. Designated drivers, ride-sharing services, and public transportation offer alternatives to getting behind the wheel impaired. Friends don't let friends drive drunk. Bartenders have a responsibility to recognize signs of intoxication and refuse service. The story of the Millers is not an isolated incident. It is a narrative that echoes in countless homes and communities across the nation. The Millers, like many others, were living a peaceful life until one fateful night changed everything. Their story is a poignant reminder of how quickly life can be altered by a single preventable act. It is a stark reminder of the devastating consequences of drunk driving, a reckless decision that shatters lives and leaves a trail of heartbreak. The aftermath of such incidents is not just about the immediate loss but the long-term impact on families, friends, and entire communities. The pain and suffering extend far beyond the crash site, affecting everyone connected to the victims. A preventable tragedy that plays out on roads across the country every day. Each year, thousands of lives are lost, and countless more are irreversibly changed due to drunk driving. The statistics are alarming, but they only tell part of the story. Behind every number is a person, a family, a community grappling with the aftermath of a senseless act. But within the heartbreak, there is hope. By raising awareness, promoting responsible choices, and fostering a culture of accountability, we can make a difference. Community rallies and awareness events play a crucial role in educating the public about the dangers of drunk driving. These gatherings are not just about mourning the lost, but also about empowering individuals to make safer choices. And supporting stricter enforcement of drunk driving laws, we can deter potential offenders and save lives. Law enforcement agencies are on the front lines, working tirelessly to keep our roads safe. Sobriety checkpoints, patrols, and stringent penalties for offenders are essential tools in the fight against drunk driving. These measures, combined with public education, can significantly reduce the incidence of such tragedies. We can break the cycle of pain and loss. Support groups and community initiatives provide a lifeline for those affected, offering comfort and solidarity. Candlelight vigils and memorials serve as poignant reminders of the lives lost and the ongoing struggle to prevent further tragedies. By coming together, we can create a network of support that helps individuals and families heal. We cannot bring back those who have been taken, but we can honor their memory by working towards a future where no family has to endure the unbearable grief caused by a choice that was never theirs to make. Every flower placed at a memorial, every tear shed, and every story shared is a step towards a brighter, safer future. It is a collective effort that requires the commitment of each one of us. Together, we can build a world where responsible choices are the norm, and the roads are safe for everyone. By fostering a sense of community and shared responsibility, we can ensure that the legacy of those lost to drunk driving is one of positive change and hope. Let us strive for a future where every family can walk down a peaceful street knowing that their loved ones are safe.